Hello! As a once huge Doctor Who fan and science fiction nerd, I am so disappointed in changes that Russell T Davies is making to Davros. And now he's attacking the fans, so fan blaming bingo by any means? If you don't get that reference, I will put a link in the description and tag the person where that comes from, because their channel is fantastic. But let's put this into context. Davros is not a wheelchair user. He is a partially mutant. He's partially mutated and is in a life support system. He is halfway from original species to Dalek. He is in the middle. And one commenter put Davros's notes basically what I just said, but I think a lot of fans have wanted to see this for some time, but to insist this is for better representation of disabled people is just utterly bizarre. If we can now going to pretend, as you suggest, Davros was never in a chair, or just get better, well, that undermines one of the greatest villains ever created. And Russell T Davies' reply was tough. And other comments that he's left on people replying to him, oh, poor baby. Can we not do this? Like, this is a thing that irritates me. Stop attacking people. But this ultimately undermines one of the best villains ever created, and it's sad to see. Davros is intimidating and scary, and now he just looks like Karl Marx. It's bizarre, and I think one person put it better. This was from a Facebook group that I'm in, Russell T Davies and the BBC, regarding Doctor Who. I have autism. I have an autism disability, and changing Davros because you guys don't want to offend people with disabilities is like taking away the silver teeth out of Jews, or taking the support breathing system out of Darth Vader. It's 100% totally offensive, and stop treating us like effing kids. We don't need this so-called special treatment, in inverted commas. We were actually fine with it. In fact, we actually find villains with disfigurements really awesome and inspiring. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And this is the thing. I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a great passion of mine, and I adore it, and I think it's dead. I think it's in this weird position because of the damage done by the writing team that did Jodie, who she had great potential, by the way, but the sort of retcons, the changes, all of the stuff that happened throughout Doctor Who with her, and now this, it just feels bizarre. Unless it's going to be a flashback sequence, which I highly doubt, going by the statement that was released, I think this is just a really poor move, and it's unfortunate that it is such a poor move. And I said this at the start of the video, Davros is not disabled. He is a halfway to a Dalek. He's on a life support system, and suddenly he's fine. Unless it's going to be explained and written well, I think this is pretty much done. I think Doctor Who needs a long break, and I had a lot of hope with Davies, and I feel like every time he's coming out and saying something, it's getting worse, and my hope is slowly being dripped away. I just want Doctor Who. I want Daleks. I want no more Cybermen stories. We've had enough of those. I think they only did it because they had a lot of costumes. But I just want Doctor Who, and I want return of some classic villains, and I want Doctor Who to be Doctor Who. Regardless of who's playing the character, I want the show to be there. Jodie's arc as Doctor Who felt more like Power Rangers, and she never actually got a moment on screen really alone in a bulk of the episodes. Bringing Tennant back, I think, was a brilliant move. They're doing that to try and claw back an audience that has gone, which is unfortunate. Doctor Who has a kilt now. Like, okay, it's a kilt. Kilts are cool. I like kilts. But it's a kilt, and I think people are overreacting. But this changing an iconic and brilliant villain because of air quotes modernity and better representation of something that this villain isn't is absolutely destructive. And I think it's This is a huge mistake because, like I said, science fiction nerd, Davros is iconic. And that voice, that look, the chair, this terrifying creature on the screen that actually scares me when he's done right. This just feels like we need headlines and let's try and virtue signal to claw back some audience. But the fact that people with disabilities are chiming in, the fact that die-hard Doctor Who fans are chiming in, it's just there. It's simple. And I think alienating your core audience is a mistake. I think turning your fans away and attacking them and being a complete and utter bitch about it on varying websites is ridiculous. And I think people are turning against the brand because they don't trust the BBC. And I did a video not that long ago where I was talking about the potential Doctor Who stuff, and I had a lot of high hopes. And I feel like they're just being... I feel like everything that's happening is a little too late, and we're just going to end up in the Jodie trap again. And that's very unfortunate and sad. Sometimes, as a creative, you need to take a step back. Don't reply to criticism. But it's very obvious the people commenting on this know far more than Russell T Davies. But his reaction, oh, poor baby, tough, and so on, is absolutely vile and uncalled for. I really do think we need to get creatives off of social media. And I think it should be in their contracts somewhere. It's simple. I think this is a insulting move by Russell T Davies. I think it's insulting the audience. It's insulting people that love it. It's also very insulting to people with disabilities. My mother is a wheelchair user and she thinks this is completely absurd. So, tell me what you think in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day.